Everyone, it's my pleasure having you once again on this segment on newspaper review here on First Less News. I am Kings Ojalo. This is the time where I will be giving you some headlines trending on all our newspaper platforms within the country Nigeria. Sit back, relax while I take you through. Now, without not wasting much of our time, we will be starting from the Nigeria Tribune, boldly written on the Nigeria Tribune newspaper. It says, Oshomole Ndemi clashes as Senator screens Renio Omokri, others. You find that in the page 5 of the Nigeria Tribune. There's a sad one there. PDP Ogun Adamawa governor smalls as Bayelsa deputy governor dies. That is in page 5 in the Nigeria Tribune. Now, boldly written on the Nigeria Tribune, we have reps ask federal government to prioritize forest allocation to airline operation. Yes, call for 50% reduction in cost of tickets during Yota. You find that in page 7 of the Nigeria Tribune. Now, still ahead, we have on the First Daily, boldly written on the First Daily newspaper, we have INEC raises alarm over dirty voter register, other nationwide public verification. Yes, that is boldly written on the First Daily newspaper. Now, still ahead, also on the First Daily, we have court reject ex-power minister Mamans no case bids in 33.8 billion naira fraud trial. That is also in the First Daily newspaper. Now, moving ahead, we go to the Vanguard newspaper. Still on the Vanguard newspaper, you find in page 12 of the Vanguard newspaper, Bayelsa deputy governor slumps, dies at 60. That is a sad news coming from Bayelsa. Now, on page 34 of the Vanguard newspaper, Tinubu hails Uzodinma as true progressive, dependable ally. Now, that is also on page 34 of the Vanguard newspaper. Now, boldly written on the Vanguard newspaper, US seizes Nigeria-owned super tanker over alleged crude theft. Yeah, it shows weakness in our port state control regime. That is coming from Olaniyan. Yes. So moving ahead, Dangote unveils 1 trillion naira scholarship scheme for 1.3 million students. Now let's go to the next newspaper platform. That is the Guardian newspaper. Boldly written on the Guardian newspaper, we have pricing weaken terrorism infrastructure threatens $2 billion daily December target. You find that in page 6 of the newspaper, the Guardian's newspaper platform. Now, still on the Guardian newspaper, we have Dangote launches 1 trillion naira education funds to support 1.3 million students. Yes, still on the Guardian's newspaper, we have budget thrown depends as Tinubu prepares 2026 estimate ahead of NTEF approval. Yes, now let's go to the next newspaper platform, which is the Daily Monitor. Boldly written on the Daily Monitor, how terrorism bombed Owo Church. Catholic priest narrates how terrorism bombed Owo Church. Catholic priest narrates. Now, still on the Daily Monitor, boldly written, still on the Daily Monitor, we have in page 4 of the Daily Monitor, Tinubu comments UN EU orders for supporting Nigeria 3MTT project. Now, Nigeria security successes depends on collective efforts. Defense Minister, that is in page 4 of the Daily Monitor newspaper. Still on the Daily Monitor newspaper, we have in page 8, alleged drafts EFCC arraigned ex-Labour Minister Chris Ingigi today. That is in page 8 of the Daily Monitor. Now let's go to the next newspaper platform, which we have big newspaper Nigeria. We have Ondo AG backs state police, says central system failing. Still on that newspaper, we have NAFTA destroys 5 billion naira fake product in Nasarawa. Yes, boldly written on the newspaper, we have Bayelsa deputy governor dies after collapsing in office. That is a sad one there. Yes, so go get your fake newspaper Nigeria for more details. Now let's go to the Matrix newspaper. Yes, we have in page 3 of the Matrix newspaper, Ahmed drama Senate committee clears Yakubu, Fani Kayode, Omokri, Dan Bozwa, others as ambassadors. Omokri thanks Bamidele Oshomole Indeme, others after screening. You find that in page 3 of the Matrix newspaper. So boldly written on still the Matrix newspaper. Yield tired, outrage trial raising airfares. Yield tired, outrage trial raising airfares. Now let's move to the newspaper, which is the Punch newspaper. Boldly written on the Punch newspaper, which you find in page 2 of the Punch newspaper. Insecurity, FG, which is the federal government, approved 94,000 new enlistments. Insecurity, federal government approved 94,000 new enlistments. So still ahead on the Punch newspaper, we have EFCC arraigns ex-Labour Minister Ngigi today. Find that in page 28 of the Punch newspaper. Now we have LP rules out automatic ticket for Obi. That is the Labour Party rules out automatic ticket for Obi. Now, still ahead, we have on this day newspaper, boldly written on this day newspaper, in historical move, federal government unveils Nigerian gas trading payment system. I think that is in page 10 of that newspaper platform. Then, moving ahead, and this will be our last newspaper, which is the Daily Trust. Boldly written on the Daily Trust, we have Nigeria soldiers still in Burkina Faso after forced landing. Minister, Nigeria soldiers still in Burkina Faso after forced landing. Minister. Now, boldly written also, we have how 9 Unijust students died in auto crash. How 9 Unijust students died in auto crash. PDP confirmed death of Bayelsa deputy governor. That is all we have on this segment on newspaper review this hour. I remain your humble host, Kings Ojalo. It's a bye for now.